Hi, I'm Mark Allman. I helped edit When the Jasmine Returns. I think this story is really quite good. For example, Nabeel's opening is just unforgettable, shocking, really. His character development is strong and so forth. But I have to say that the story behind the story is magical. And the story behind the story is what gives this little novel a shot at making it, fairly big in America. Here you have a teenager, a 16-year-old, and he's writing his first novel. So by Western standards, he's a child. His native tongue is Arabic, so he's had to learn a completely new language, English, in order to write this book. And then he's growing up during a civil war, a vicious civil war. And so what is he writing about? Is he writing about a war? No, he's writing about love. He's writing about young love, and it's set against the backdrop of war. That's a very gripping juxtaposition. And because you have all these attributes together, you have a fresh perspective written by an Easterner but in a Western tongue, and a story through the eyes of a child. There were several times when I was reading Jasmine for the first time that I turned to my wife and I said, "This isn't real. Something's not right. They sent me the wrong manuscript." Because the author made some comment about the human condition or about human behavior. And that comment displayed almost an ancient wisdom. And my wife would say to me, "Well, children grow up fast in a war." So, Nabeel's book, it levels the field in many different ways. It shows us that, yes, people are very different all over the world, but they are also the same. Young love is young love. Young friendships are young friendships. Betrayal is betrayal. And Jasmine forces us continually to confront all those truths as we read. By the way, as we edited Jasmine, myself and other people, we were careful to preserve the authenticity of Nabeel's language. English is not his first language. That is clear through the novel. So again and again, the reader is reminded that this isn't a story about Syria. It's not a story about war. It's a story from Syria. It's a story from war, and it's told through the eyes of a child. And I think that all these different, aspects of Jasmine, all these different threads, really the story behind the story will play very, very well in America today.